Hello everybody and welcome to this new episode of your weekly program Games and Names. Our sport today is fencing and our guest is Mohamed El Nahas, the player in the shooting club. So if you want to know more about him and about fencing, stay with us. Can you please introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Mohamed El Nahas. I'm 17 years old. I just finished my high school. I'm going to study business next year, and I'm a fencing player at shooting club.
How long have you been playing fencing, and why did you choose to play this sport in the first place?
Well, I started about 10 years ago. I was a little kid and I was playing gymnastic, and I saw the people who were much older, and I loved Zorro. Was still a new film at that time, so I liked swords and stuff. So that's what made me want to play fencing at that time.
And what do you like or what do you love about fencing?
Well, it's a sport that doesn't only need power, but it does need a lot of thinking. So it's a very nice sport.
Okay. Fencing is not a very known or very popular sport in Egypt. In your opinion, how can the people responsible for the sport change this?
Well, it's not only fencing, the only unknown sport in Egypt. Football is the only known sport in Egypt. You could say that. There's a lot of unknown sports. So they could start by doing ads at the TV, maybe other ways, but I really don't know.
Maybe television coverage for the important championships could help in this?
Yes, this could help a lot.
Cause I do what you won't do, and you do what I don't do, even. We're even in my eyes. I say what you won't say. You change what I can't change on my own.
you tell me about the different divisions or different types of fencing, and what is the difference between each division?
Well, there's three types of fencing. There's fleuret, épée, and sabre. Each one has a different sword, and only sabre has a different handle. And there's about divisions. There's no divisions actually, not like football. It's with your age. There's under 13 years old, under 15, 17, 20, and there's the seniors, where you above 20 years old, and it's open after that.
Okay, and do you have like weight categories?
No, there isn't a weight category.
Okay, and what is the difference between the three types of fencing?
Well, it's where you get the point, and there's a few differences in the rules. Where in the fleuret you have to get the point in the chest and in the back, while in the épée you get it anywhere in your body. About the sabre, you don't use the sword to get the point. You just have to touch the body only. You don't need any force to get.
Can you tell me a little bit about the rules of the game and how are points calculated during competitions?
There's a tip on the top of the sword where you have to get it in a certain place in the body with a certain force to make the device do a certain sound, which means that you got the point. When this sound is done, it means that you've got the point.
Okay, and how many judges are usually in a match?
Mostly one. Sometimes there's three, each one at the end of each piece, and they help if there's fouls.
Okay, which type of fencing are you playing yourself?
Well, I'm a foil player.
Okay, and how do you choose which type you should play? Is it up to the player, or is it the coach that guides you?
No, it's actually mostly for the coach.
Okay.
The player doesn't choose, except if when he gets a little bit older and knows the three types, he could change if he wants. But the first choice, which the coach says about it, is probably the best.
Okay, and in your opinion, what are the requirements or the characteristics that should be present in the one who wants to play fencing?
Well, there's actually no certain requirements. I think anybody could play this sport, because there's some people who play with different styles. There's the fast, there's the slow, there's the strong, so anyone could play it actually.
Fencing is built on a solid foundation of stance. And so the first thing that we learn is how to stand. You'll notice when people fence, they put their feet at right angles to each other. This is so that you get better stability when you spread them out. Next thing that happens, the weapon comes into what's called the on-guard position. Weapon is pointed out toward your opponent. The arm is bent. This is a defensive posture. Oncoming attacks are met by parries. Blade moves in front of your valid target area, looking to deflect the oncoming attack so that you then can answer back with an attack of your own. Offensive moves are usually done with lowering the tip to point at your opponent and then extending the arm to reach your opponent. And then usually it's the feet that will deliver the touch. You'll step in to distance and touch your opponent.
Fencing isn't just done standing still, it's done in space. So I had to work on my advancing and retreating before we can finally get into the action.
Can you tell me about the steps you went through in fencing?
Well, I started at the School of Fencing and Shooting Club. I was about 8 years old. Then I stayed there for about 2 years until the coach told me I could start playing with the first team. I played for the first team another 2 years to start going to my first championship, and I played about 20 championships till now, but I haven't played to the national team yet. I have played champions outside Egypt, and that's it actually. That's mostly the steps I've done till now.
Okay. Can you tell me about your best results in those championships?
Well, there's two types of championships. There's teams and there's where you play alone. Teams which there are 4 from the same club who play another 4 from different clubs. I have gotten this category about I've got first place, second place, third place many times, but when I play alone, I think I've got only 2 champions till now.
Okay, and how does a player get to be selected in the national team?
Well, his results mostly, not more than that. If you get in the category where you play alone a good result for many time, you get chosen.
Tell me, at what age did you start participating in international championships, and give us some details about your experience in competing abroad?
Well, my first international championship was last year, but I've went to other countries and played championships, but there were local championships over there. I started about 5 years ago. I've went to Greece, and there was a training camp over there, and there was a small championship after it. I've went to Poland 2 times, and then I've went to Denmark, where I've taken the international championship.
Okay, and what differences did you find between playing inside Egypt and playing in the international championship?
Well, mostly the organization. It was much better. Timing. The timing was great. The judges are qualified to be judges.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is trained, so it could be a good championship, unlike Egypt.
Okay, and what about the level of the players outside Egypt?
No, the levels were, I think they were the same. Both people played the same.